Hey everybody, welcome to Altered Cards Part 2. In Part 1, we took some blank cards. I refer to these as seasonal cards. They're just blank cards, y'all. They just had seasonal colors to me. They had some pinks and yellows and greens and that sort of thing. So I wanted to create some little Halloween cards to send around to family and friends. And this is how we did it. We just took some scrapbook paper and altered the front of the card and added some funky little elements and made 3 Halloween cards, which I think they turned out really good. These are Tim Holtz elements, so do look for those after Halloween, and you can probably pick them up for next to nothing. Some sweet person in my circle, in my art angel circle, sent these to me, and I have just really enjoyed them. Look at him. Isn't he funny? I like the way he turned out. But the deal is that you can alter any card, no matter what they look like. You know, if you find a stack of cards and they have envelopes with them, then snag those babies and do some altered cards. This is of course not a Halloween card, but it's just a greeting card that I just used a blank and worked on that little yellow blank and then added it to that card. So you can always just do card fronts and then stick them onto these cards. So I thought we would continue on with this just a little bit. And I explained to you guys in the previous video how I work. I don't put my entire stash on my work table because to me that just confuses me. I do have a stash box that says card making supplies, and I tend to put things in the box. But then when I get ready to work on a project, I go through that box and I call things out. It can't take more than 10 minutes. If you know how it is, if you kind of get into your stash box, then you're going to be there for a while. So set your timer for 10 minutes and make some quick decisions, and I promise you'll be really happy with the decisions that you make. This is the next card that I'm working on. These are some scraps from my pal Judy, who is an excellent card maker. And we're going to alter this card. I already see some images that I like. Now they aren't whole images at this point because I did use this card to make some of the Halloween stuff, but that's cool. We're just using partial images, and I don't have a problem with that. I think it's kind of challenges your brain, you know, to have partial images to work with. I'm not sure how this one's going to fit, so we'll just take what we have here. Okay, I'm going to cut that out. This is 7 Gypsies Wanderlust 8x8 paper. I love this paper pack. It is super inspirational. Okay, so we've got that. Let's add that to the front here. And I know it's hard to not pay attention to what this is, but just dismiss that when you're working on cards. Just think of this as background, and you're going to add some things to it. So just try and dismiss your idea of what should go on this card and just go for, just go for colors and textures, and, because we're just going to, you'll barely see the background image when we finish this one. I really dug this. Thought it was super pretty, so I am going to use that for this card. Isn't that just lovely paper? And then I'm also going to add a die cut circle that Judy sent me. Judy sends me all kinds of scraps in ice cream buckets and sometimes bigger things. Her scraps are super inspirational. Okay. See, this is pretty, so I'm just going to add it right there, and we've made a super quick, really easy altered card. And we didn't even think too much about it. Disclaimer, I am not a card maker. I do like to make cards. I like to send cards. I like to have fun with them. So basically that's kind of what I do. And that just made a sweet little card. I'm thinking maybe it might need a border. What do y'all think? Let's see what I got here. I've got some of these border strips. Now these are Martha Stewart Halloween border strips that someone sent me. But, you know, I mean, look at those colors. You can use them for different things. You don't have to use them for always the same thing, right? You can use them in a different way. Then we'll put that one there. And I'll put this one here. And that will look super cool, I think. Uh-oh. You know how this goes. I'm trying to peel the backing off of it. Oh my gosh, I did it. I did it. Alright, and then we'll just lift this up and clip it off. And we got a sweet little card to send to someone. Typically I would add a word. Do I want to add a word? Let's see if we can choose something quickly. Oh, I like this. Little things. This is a Tim Holtz word pack I got for next to nothing at my local craft store. And then we'll just offset this. And it says little things. Okay, I like that one. See how fast that came together? It's nice to not think about things. If you think about things too much, then... Alright, now this one's going to be tricky because I'm working with vellum, and I've never worked with vellum before. I've never glued it down, so this might turn into... But I wanted you guys to see how the vellum reacts to this golden swirl pattern that we have going on in the base card. So see, it looks really super cool. I'm really not sure how to work with vellum. I think I have some clear glue, so let's just kind of check that out and see if it might work. I have no idea if it's going to work or not, but you know, that's half the fun, not knowing how things are going to react. And you know, this is clear glue, so, and if anybody has, this is the first time I've worked with vellum, if anybody has any ideas about how to work with it and what works best. One of my friends, Jeannie, sent me a big pack of Tim Holtz vellum that was, ooh, I mean, it's just beautiful. Okay, well, that went all right. See how this goes. Like I said, I'm not a card maker, but I do have fun with it. I think kids have fun making cards too. Okay. Okay, I see it kind of peeling up right there, y'all. But we'll put this one down here. And we'll just see what happens. Something might happen and something might not. Okay. Alright. Well, I mean, that's not bad. I'm surprised that it worked out so well. I need something up here. I kind of like the rose on the front. Something's going to have to be tacked up here. So that's going to work out right there. It says parcel post. And I do see it coming up, y'all. So if anybody has hints, let me know. I think I'm going to have to separate this with a border strip. And I do have some of those pretty Martha Stewart strips that I can use. I'm going to use a whole one. Just right down the middle of those two sides to stick together. Of course, I have no plan. I have no plan for this. I'll just stick it down and see what happens. Alright, well, I mean, that's not bad. And then put a rose. I've got a little thing that says thank you here. I still have a blank piece right there. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Grab some glue. I would use double stick tape, but we know how, and if I'm off camera, I usually do use double stick tape on cards, but we know how that goes, y'all. Tammy has trouble with double stick tape. Okay, so I've got a little bit of this. Don't know what to do about this tiny little corner that I have right here. I like this one. This says, remind me of the happiness. It's very pretty, isn't it? Oh, okay. I can just cut this in half and use it there. And that kind of, oh, okay, that works. I'm like an accidental card maker. Well, say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. That's Chris. Say hello.
Good morning.
Everybody says good morning. And then to make that even, I'm going to put this down here. That was Chris, my fellow. Okay, there we go. That turned out kind of cool. I'm still getting some roll on that vellum, y'all. So if you have a hint about how to work with that stuff, please do let me know. I like the way this turned out though. So you took something that looked like this and you turned it into something that looked like this. All right, let's do one more because fellow is up, so it's time to have some breakfast. Let's do this one. Again, I went through my stash and pulled out things that I thought might go together, right? So this is scraps from Judy. So we have a scrap, 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 card, and cardstock. I liked, when I saw this scrap, I thought about this paper because this paper has just a little hint of blue in it. And I thought, you know, that would kind of go nicely with that. And it's something that I can send to a guy because it's got trains and gears and stuff like that on it. My son's got his 31st birthday coming up. Woohoo! So he may get that card. He may get the card we're making now. And if you don't have a lot of scrapbook paper, y'all, don't worry about it. It took me a long time. When I first started crafting, I did not have scrapbook paper. And, geez, I kind of like that. I love all those colors, but that might be too busy. Yeah, it's going to be too busy. I did not have scrapbook paper, so I would take 8.5 by 11 paper, and I would color it. And, you know, because I did have copy paper, and because copy paper, somebody gave me a whole bunch of copy paper, so that's the only reason that I had copy paper. I would color it, I would dye it with coffee, I would set it outside and let it get yellow and then do patterns on it. So I do all kinds of things because I did not have scrapbook paper. Now I am blessed with scrapbook paper because my friend, my art angel Joy, last year gave me a ton of scrapbook paper. So now I have lots and lots, and the rest of my art angels are always giving me scrapbook paper. still not sure about the train, about the gear here. It might be too big. I do like this. I do like this. I thought maybe it was a back and a front, but I don't think so. Okay, put this here. Cut that off. Very uncertain, y'all, what to do with that. I'm just going to tuck it back here. And then put some words right there to still kind of offset. I know you can't see this, but this little cog, this little gear is a die cut, and there is die cut on text paper. You can't really see it, but it looks super neat, super cool. All right. Okay, now just a little word. Travelers and traveling, take me by surprise, so giddy, beautiful crown, there's nothing simpler. By the light of the moon. I love the word, the two words, little things. That's nice, isn't it? I like things like that. Let's see. This is the hardest part for me, is choosing the word. Yeah, I like the word be happy. I think that's nice. I'll just use that right there. Be happy. Oh, I wonder if I'd like it better down here. What do you think? Oh, there we go. Looks good right there. Be happy. All right, so we've done 3 little cards, and you know, they didn't take very long. Super simple. Handy dandy little hints. If you're working with cards, don't spill everything out on your desk and work from there. Call your card making stash. Choose some things you like. Choose colors you like. Go ahead and put them together with a paper clip. So this is my next card to work on, and I've already got the card here. I've got the paper here, and I've got some elements to play with here. So just a little handy hint, call that card making stash before you start. Don't dump everything out on your desk. It's confusing when you do things like, it's confusing to me. Y'all do what you want, but it's confusing to me when I do things like that. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful crafty day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.